Alright. Hi, whoever's watching. Hey, I'm just doing this sort of as an experiment because it's Sunday. And, when this whole quarantine happened, this pandemic happened and stuff, I had so many different ideas I was thinking of because um, I didn't want to just do music through all this. And I definitely wanted to make sure I do mostly music, but I also thought about having a sort of like a talk show at some point. So I'm just shooting this video as sort of an experiment, and I definitely still, even if I did end up having a talk show of some sort on YouTube, I still would want to somehow implement some music things, a song here and there, maybe. I don't know, who knows? I just want to see where it goes. I just want to sort of feel it out and go with the flow here. So um, I hope you're doing lovely out there, whoever's watching this. Uh, I'm going to try to make this experimental video sort of short, and just get to the point of what it is I really want to talk about on here today. You know, um, I sort of reversed my whole camera the way that I would not normally play on my online stage as far as playing my tunes and music goes, because I prefer not to talk as much when I'm playing music. So, but right now I'm just kind of noodling, and I want to talk about a few things in this video as sort of an experiment. So I just want to see where that leads me, if it leads me to some new grounds and perhaps some new territory that I haven't explored yet as far as making videos go. So I certainly hope you're doing well out there, and thank you for tuning in. But right now, what I want to talk about mainly in this video, I think, is sort of the fact that I'm testing something else out in my life right now, and I am testing out a 24-hour water fast, basically, because I know that supposedly it's really good for your gut health. So, and most people know this, and it's not too, it's not like dangerous and doesn't have any side effects, as far as fasting goes, because for certain types of people with certain health conditions, you can't really do certain kind of fasts and such. So, but I always wanted to try it, and right now my brain is operating a little slower than usual because I am almost done with my fast, actually. So I just have a little bit of time to go, and I thought I spend my time, well, uh, as fun of a time as I can have, possibly. So with the 24-hour fast, since I'm just trying it out, and if you tried it, yourself, and you found it useful, I think people, when it comes to health, I think everyone's so individual, and so what you read and research and find out about nutrition and health and all that is just so, you have a general idea maybe that applies to, perhaps applies to like most people and such, and most old people, but at the same time, I think different body types and different individuals will have a different reaction to different things, like as far as fasting goes and doing a water fast. So anyhow, I don't know. I think for the most part, I believe that a 24-hour fast is probably just a good way to sort of cleanse, pretty much your stomach and everything, and probably really especially good for people who eat a lot of junk food, which I haven't been in the last few months because I had something happen back in December that was sort of, was it back in December? Yeah. Yeah, it was December that made me say to myself, well, I survived through this, so I can't eat no more fast food. I can't have anything like that. I mean, it's just, there were days when I felt like, well, to save time, like I have to be able to um, go through a drive-through once in a while and get something, even, and I thought to myself, well, I'm getting the healthier option from this menu, so it's like, it's not like the worst thing I could possibly get. But at the same time, I definitely think that, yeah, processed foods have a bad effect on most people's health, in the long run. Maybe you can't feel it right away, but it definitely does have a bad effect. So now I've been eating clean, I guess, completely clean since December pretty much. And I have to admit, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work to have to prepare a meal, 3 times a day. So I don't know, maybe I'm thinking, since I'm doing this 24-hour fast, maybe it's just something I can do for myself personally, if it's going to be good for my well-being, that maybe I can do it, like, every week or something, if I can handle it, if my body can handle it, then why not? So, and maybe, you actually are allowed, if you're fasting, you're allowed to drink water, and you allowed to drink like juice and any kind of liquid. You just not, if you're doing like a basic, I guess it depends on what kind of fast you're doing, but you're allowed to consume caffeine, and such. So like today, I had a coffee, I didn't give that up, but you're allowed to do that. So I don't know. I'm just thinking, maybe if my body can't handle it, maybe next time I can try to go with no caffeine, and see if that sort of really be like a good detox, anyhow, I'd like to probably play a tune on here at some point on the ukulele. I just don't know which tune I'm going to play, since mainly I went on live here so I can talk about random things that come to mind and see where that topic of 24-hour fasting would lead me to. So, but thanks for tuning in. I might play my Bob Marley cover. No, I can't do a cover on here. Just realized I'm on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. I can't do a cover, so maybe I'll just have to make something up if I don't want to play one of my originals that I already have, But I guess I just figure I just noodle and talk, and if the right song comes to mind, then I will play it. In fact, well, I think it just popped into my head here. I think the right song to do right this second would be this one of mine. So here we go. And this is a song of mine called Agree to Disagree. I wrote this song because I just, I was thinking about a society and a world and such, and just how much better it would be if we followed this simple rule here. If we just agree to disagree, don't have to be best friends. We have major differences, still could walk away with dignity. If we just agree to disagree, there'll be more peace on earth, yeah. There'll be more peace on earth. Some people prefer coffee in the morning, others just drink tea. Some people see over the blue sky when it turns red. We'll have a right to disagree. I think you see my point by now, yeah. Well, you see where I'm going, so I can just agree to it. Yeah, major differences, still could walk away with dignity. If we just agree to disagree, there'll be more peace on earth, yeah. There'll be more peace on earth. happiness, sensitive lifestyles. Loves like lots of company. Oh, it's so wrong to tell you on holiday. But you still hear all kinds of different lectures about this and that. Won't stand in failure. But if you tell anyone if their lives, it's just doing damage to the society. Everything of hope, it's diversity. So why can't we just agree to disagree? Don't have to be best friends. Can be different things. So could I walk away? If we just agree to disagree, stop repeating your story. Agree to disagree. 'Cause freedom is for everyone, and so is the pursuit of happiness. Makes one person joyful, it's not the same for everyone. So why can't we just agree to disagree? Don't have to be best friends. Yeah, made it different way. Still could walk away. If we just agree to disagree, 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 agree to disagree. So that was agree to disagree. So we could say the same thing about fasting, right? I mean, it's all an individual choice. So don't fast ever in their entire lives, and they don't ever think about doing so. And some people do. Sometimes, I guess some people have to. And it should always be done by choice of an individual person. So as an individual, and of course taking their health into account and everything else. So, if it's useful to you, do it. If it's not, don't do it. All right. And hopefully you are the one deciding, and it's not your family or your, friend or somebody else's opinion that's making you do it. Do it because you want to do it. So, that's my view on it. All right. Here's an old original of mine, and it's just sort of one of them tunes. I guess I might as well just share when I wrote this song. I remember the moment in time when I've written this specific song was when I sort of ended. I mean, I wouldn't say I ended it, but I don't know. It's just weird. It was such a long time ago. But anyway, it's just a sort of short-lived relationship that I had, but it was sort of like very meaningful in a way. So it sort of inspired this song, and just one of those that just like it was good, but it wasn't good enough. And if you're at heart a hopeless romantic like me, sooner or later in life you learn that you should never settle for love. We settle for all kinds of things in life, and it's like, so that's why you gotta let that go. As a romantic person, you would understand exactly what I mean by that. I'm just laughing right now in my mind about the fact that I think I'm under the comedy category, and I went live. I was not thinking that I'm gonna like try to make you laugh right now. I mean, if it happens, hey, then be so. But I'm really not intentionally on here to make you laugh. So I mean, if I make you laugh anyways, that's great. But if not, it's okay. So yeah, this song of mine is called Breaking. There we go. I like pretty things, I like flowers. And when you make me feel so good, I like your face. And your smile is just like roses. 'Cause I can't erase it from my mind. But I'm not sure if you can give me what I need. You're not sure if I can give you what you want. So we cry and we sigh in the silence of the night, when our hearts love so much, and it's making us inside. There's more to life than just the obvious. But I'm afraid there's just something you don't see. 'Cause we're not just made of chemicals, dust and empty bottles. Maybe it's something that you have found. But I should just let you go. 'Cause if you're not made for me, then what's the point? Yeah. So we cry inside, in the silence of the night, when our hearts love so much, and it's making us inside. When I won't say goodbye. If you leave me to dry your eyes, I won't stay. But I don't wanna stand in your eyes. Our hearts are breaking, making us inside. Our hearts are breaking. So yeah, that was a song of mine called Breaking, and as I was telling you earlier, that was inspired by a relationship that had to end a while back. I mean, I can't even remember some of the details, it was such a long time ago, but sometimes, sometimes short relationships can have the most meaningful kind of memory attached to it. So nonetheless, that's what my tune Breaking is sort of about. And yeah, I hope you're doing lovely out there. And I sort of went on live here as an experiment and just trying to see if I can just go with the flow and maybe play a couple of tunes. That's why I'm noodling as I'm speaking on the ukulele here. So basically, I mainly want to talk about the 24-hour fast and see who else out there had done this, and just kind of trying to see if I can find anything funny about it or trying it out. So I'm trying this out and to see how it will have a good, hopefully good health effect on me personally. So, and I'm just hoping to do it again at some point. and hopefully, hopefully it will be something that works for me and be good for me. Because actually, 24-hour fasting is said to guarantee good results for most people. So, but I do find it that, of course, I am shocked that I can still sing with no food. But I guess I'm mostly talking today, on at least on this thing here. But it's actually I don't know. There's some misconception going on about like singing and food, and how some people assume and think that actually it's easier to sing if you don't have much to eat right before you sing. And some people will argue and say that no, you need energy, so like you do need to make sure you're fed pretty well and healthy and so on. So as somebody who has experienced singing like most of her life, I guess I sort of have an authority somehow to say that I think personally, I still do believe that it's going to depend on the individual and their body and their health, first of all, but in generally speaking, that yeah, singing requires a lot of energy and it's physical in a way. I mean, it's emotional and physical at the same time, but it's just so physical in a way that you do sort of require to sing. You require that, like the kind of physical energy you would do when you were working out and exercising. So therefore, you do need to be nourished, for the most part, if you're singing. So to do your best. And now I'm finding personally for me, as let's see, I'm probably about a few hours away from uh, saying, yay, I did it. Finally, I did my 24-hour fast that I wanted to do, and I want to see how it's going to be personally affecting me. Well, I can tell you this for sure, is that I think it's making my brain work a whole lot slower. So if I talk like this at times of this video, I certainly hope you don't mind. Um, yeah, because this is how my brain feels right this very second, and I've got to make it through this fast, 24-hour fast. Yeah. So this is how my brain is telling me to speak right now. Oh dear. So maybe this will be the funniest part of this video. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it back. In fact, like I said, just want to do a little experiment and see where it leads me. And as I said that just now, my stomach got really loud and I could hear it. I hope you can't hear my stomach. Actually, I just remembered a funny thing from embarrassing sort of, I guess, from college, is that I was never a morning person. So I think when I had some morning classes in college, um, I would like never have time for breakfast. And somebody who was sitting next to me in one of the music classes I was in, yeah, this was over a decade ago, in fact, and they could hear my stomach grumbling. And then it's funny, it was an interesting conversation that I've had with this person after class. So um, but I didn't really intend on making jokes about funny stomach noises that our stomachs can make when we're hungry. But anyway, um, I just really think maybe it's time for another tune here shortly. And I'm thinking of possibly the funnier tunes that I have written. And it's just like, well, I have a brand new tune that's sort of funny, that is totally random for what we've been talking about in this video. It's a tune of mine, of my brand new album, and it's called Runaway Bride, and I just think it's the funniest one I've written on the latest album that I've written. So Runaway Bride is probably the only funny tune out of my other tunes. So I don't really write funny tunes, but hey, I could try to make something up right now instead of the Runaway Bride. But actually, there's my music stand over there. I'm thinking, oh wait a minute, actually my Runaway Bride song is here somewhere, and I don't have to get up. Thank God, because I'm so hungry right now. I don't want to get up, especially not when I'm still filming this live video. So, let me see here. Runaway Bride, where is it? So, there's some things I'm missing while I'm playing some of the tunes in between my talking, and what I'm missing right now is my foot tambourine, actually, and my foot tambourine is here, but I'm just not gonna put it on. But yeah, that's one thing I was missing in some of the other tunes that I've played. But I'm gonna play my Runaway Bride tune because I feel like if I'm to go with the flow of this video right here, then I've got to play this tune. So, you know. Yeah, and I'm thirsty. Oh. All right. So here we go. I was sitting in the haircut parlor right after I had breakfast with you. We knew my favorite girl was working and that she would never disappoint. So I waited to start very late and I started to anticipate. Yeah, little did they know my time was up because of you. Should have been a runaway bride, runaway bride. Should have been a runaway bride, runaway bride. Should have been a runaway bride. I should have been a runaway bride, just like Julia Roberts in that movie, Runaway Bride. Just like Julia Roberts in that movie, Runaway Bride. You agreed just not for me, oh, you weren't right for me. And it was me, not you, that our marriage didn't work out. Oh, some crazy year that happened, found us getting hitched, split up, get back together again. I should've known to never even give you a second chance. Had I known you snub our first visit to couples tempest, oh, should've been a runaway bride, runaway bride. Should've been a runaway bride, runaway bride. Should've been a runaway bride. Should've been a runaway bride, just like Julia Roberts in that movie, Runaway Bride. Just like Julia Roberts in that movie, Runaway Bride. And our wedding cake broke. Oh, what could have been our first anniversary? And it probably happened because on that day you were not so nice to me. Should have been a runaway bride, runaway bride. Should have been a runaway bride, runaway bride. Should have been a runaway bride, should have been a runaway bride. Just like Julia Roberts in that movie, Runaway Bride, yeah. Just like Julia Roberts in that movie, Runaway Bride. I should have been a runaway bride, yeah. Alright. So happy Sunday. God bless. See you next time. Alright.